Okay. So,
Right.
what I'm going to sit here and say is I'm going to say 3 things, and then we're going to start the show and stuff like that. My personal opinion on Cliffy B is like he's a great designer. I have no problems with him as a human being. I don't want to sit there and say that, but it just seemed like you got a bunch of yes men who sat there and said, "Yes, Cliffy, this is a good idea," and not a bunch of people who went like, "This is terrible."
Yeah.
Like, it definitely seems like Epic was the team that got most of the things done, which is funny because considering that most of the people he poached from were from Epic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Hello and welcome to the Black Mind Podcast. My name is Jeff. Joining me this week is Josh. Also this week is Allan.
Good morning, guys.
So,
just so everyone gets a heads up, I came back from a party tonight.
And you got laid.
No, I didn't.
Allan was singing he just got sex and it felt so good.
I did not say that. My lead hand for my concrete crew had a birthday today, so we sat down over at my boss's place. We had drinks, we had food, we had stuff, and it was all really good. And I ate way too much, and I had 4 shots of like really strong liquor, so I'm like really tired. But like, yeah. Let's get this podcast on the go.
Oh my god. So yeah. That's
Sorry.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Josh, you were going to say something?
I was gonna say that he had all the sex and he peed in that butt and he did it.
There's a funny story about me and ass. There's a funny story about me and ass.
Josh, what is it with you like? What is it with you like peeing and stuff like that lately? Like,
it's
like
more...
the 3rd or 4th time I've heard you.
Wait, what are you doing? Oh my god, Josh, are you serious?
Yeah. Because it's on sale and the $30 version looks okay.
Oh, Josh, you poor precious child, you failure.
I just messaged co-host, our great co-host Adrian, who has never been on the show again. And yeah, he just said, I'm going to have to teach 4 people how to play Dota now. And it's like, yes, you are.
Oh no.
So
I don't know how I feel about that.
I got a funny story about the ass. Because I peaked. I was a terrible person this week, but let's move on from Jeff.
What did you do?
I may or may not have peaked at a yoga-clad ass. I have 2 stories involving yoga pants and butts.
Who cares? Like, no, seriously, like
the only reason I was looking at it was because there was a pattern of a dragon on it. So I looked at it. I'm like, looked up, and then it was double cheeked up, and I was just like, man, that's mighty fine booty. And then she looked, and I had to like look up and be like awkward and stuff like that. I was like, oh, that nice phone. Oh, nice ceiling, very nice.
Okay, so here's the thing about like, so I have this problem with chicks in yoga pants because I work road construction, and I'm currently working down by a university. where I work.
Alan, it's very nice of you in order to sit there and constantly tell my sister that she has a nice booty, but like, can you please stop?
No. You brought up this topic, and I'm gonna fucking punish you for it.
I have another story too about yoga pants.
Yeah, we can continue, but the complaint I have about yoga pants is just like down by the university, there is nothing but yoga pants, and it's actually kind of like they kind of lose their appeal after a point.
Yeah.
Get too much of a good thing, and it just stops being good. It just becomes mundane. Becomes boring.
Too much pizza can make you have greasy shits, so you have to stop.
Yeah.
You guys don't know that is an entirely valid point.
So my other story about yoga clad pants and stuff like that was I'm leaning over. We had a desk at work and stuff like that, and so work was always like, don't lean on the desk, don't lean on the desk, don't lean on the desk. So I'm like sitting there and like I'm looking at the iPad. I'm leaning over on the desk and stuff like that. And this girl walks up to me and she's like, she wants to buy something, and I just am not looking up and stuff like that. So she's not saying a thing, just being very polite and very nice. Her mom like waves her over to Mark, or my coworker Mark. And so Mark brings her through and stuff like that. I look up, she's facing away from me as she walks away and stuff like that. Her booty was about like 3 feet from my face. It was the same scenario too. It was double cheeked up, very clean, and I was just like, "Holy shit!"
Baby.
It was a look at the booty. Show me the booty. I want the booty. Well, I want the booty. That was the face that was made that day. And all of a sudden, my coworker Mark goes like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not okay." So yeah, that was a fun day. The other, there's a lot of stories about me and bad things. Let's talk about some things because EA's pre-orders are down for Battlefield 5.
Oh yeah, the bullshit that is Battlefield 5.
I'm putting this under your name because holy shit,
Nope.
This is hilarious.
I haven't seen any of the new stuff. I've heard nothing but like I've seen some people play some stuff. Like for me, the biggest news for me related to Battlefield 5 was somebody posted a video called the Sturm Tiger gameplay, and I was like, oh, that hurts me deeply because that's going to be a bad game, and I don't want to play a game for a single tank. And what makes it even worse is like how a lot of people have been like pointing out, it's like the marketing for Battlefield 5 is a failure. The gameplay looks like another failure. They failed their. I think they might have actually recently failed their financing and stuff like that. And it's like this is going to be a really bad game.
Can we be honest for 5 seconds and just say like EA CEO doesn't seem like he has any idea what gamers want? Like it doesn't seem like he has a soul. Like I don't know like if he has a soul or not. And it's generally concerning when your corporation needs to create a moral compass to prevent future like chaos-inducing things from going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's another story all in itself and stuff like that. But like, man. Anyways, Allan, are you dead? I think he is.
It's a bit. Yeah.
But like, I'm just like, I'm fucking like surprised and stuff like that. This guy actually left the company and stuff like that. But like, I just don't think EA.
No.
Yeah, I don't think they understood anything. I don't think they really understand it. And it's like, it's funny because it's like you compare it to like id and stuff like that. This is actually a really abject comparison and stuff like that. Id was walking the same walk like maybe a year ago where they're like, we don't want Nazis to play our game and diversity and stuff like that. And you're like, okay, I'm not going to buy Wolfenstein. And from every extent of the marketing and stuff like that, Wolfenstein looked so much better than Battlefield 5.
Mind you, Wolfenstein is also like, what the fuck?
Wolfenstein's like, Wolfenstein, like they were like, we don't want Nazis playing our game, and I was like, okay. And then they were like, what they really should have said was, we don't care who plays our game. We just, if like we don't think everyone's a Nazi. That would have like made me feel like, okay, I can at least spend money on you and stuff like that. But like, I was already not going to pick up the game because it was $60 or $70. So, or $80 here. So it's like, why would I spend that money?
Wait, which Wolfenstein are we talking about? We just talking about Wolfenstein New Colossus or Wolfenstein the New Order?
Colossus.
The new one, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, no, I don't want to spend money on a game that's going to act like that.
That's actually kind of the reason why I'm super fucking excited about fucking Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's why I'm so excited for fucking Eternal now. Like, I have a raging hard on for that game now, and I'm like, oh yeah, yes. Oh, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, I guess that's how that goes.
Well,
which is kind of unfortunate because like I've actually been like a really big fan of like how the game, like how Wolfenstein looks.
mm-hmm.
The two new Wolfensteins look fucking phenomenal, and I'm like, I would play them straight up. But I don't think I could support a game like that for that price because it doesn't look like the gameplay's all that like unique.
It looked like, apparently that game is so much more crazy than it actually is, but like, I'm going to pick it up on sale.
I might pick it up on sale.
I would rather pick it up on sale and stuff like that because I like Wolfenstein. I like the game. I like the characters. I like everything about Wolfenstein. It's just that like, when they were sitting there doing that, it was like, it gave me a cheap excuse in order to say, no, I'm not picking this up, and here's why.
Yeah,
and that's a really
that's fair.
And that's a really sad reason, but like, that's the reason I had.
Yep. Actually, for me, with Wolfenstein: The New Order and Wolfenstein: New Colossus, I love the game design. I love the look of it. I love from what I've seen of some of the gameplay and stuff like that. It like, the gameplay looks solid. It just doesn't look very imaginative or what's the term?
Yeah.
Like, inspired. It just feels like it's in some cases just over the top gratuitous gore in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no problem with that. That Doom's over the top gratuitous gore, but Doom over the top gratuitous gore is actually like, oh, it tastes good. It's been seasoned correctly because it's like you do enough damage to a demon to do a fucking animation kill, and you're like, oh, this is so nice.
Yeah.
But Wolfenstein, from what I've seen, it doesn't look like it's all that good for that.
No.
And like again, the story is also kind of a fucking derp fest, apparently.
I like though this comparative chart of like, consulting our player base is eating into our revenue. We need to create more inclusive political correct trailers that subtly preach our POC, feminist, anti-ableist agenda that doesn't keep shitlords from buying our game, and we'll have left after this. We will focus on gameplay and other trivial matters. Bigger guns and shotguns with grappling hook. It's like, yeah, like
guns.
It's like when you think about like the way that Doom looks and stuff like that, it feels like they're developed by two. It feels like Wolfenstein's developed by a Swedish team, which they are. And not a thing against the Swedes. I think they're very talented and stuff like that. But also it's like, man, it feels like a very different time frame that they're making this game on.
Yeah.
And then Doom is developed in America, where it's like, land of the fucking free. And stuff like that.
Watch me play.
Go ahead.
I think Swedes just look at games and go, let's make it fun. And just go with that. Not necessarily time frame, not necessarily anything else. Just go, let's make it fun.
Yeah. And I think that this game is just so bad and stuff like that. Like, I think that this is going to be one of those games where we're like, oh. Like, this feels like it's developed by DICE's B team, because all of the Swedish devs were making Battlefront. And that is, gameplay-wise, a great game. Everything else-wise, no. No, it's not a good game. Anyways. Josh,
What have you been up to this week, Josh?
You know what? You know what else? This is a great game that a lot of people play, and there's even like esports championship, B sports.
If you're gonna talk about Dota, I'm gonna fucking mute you.
And LOL that I've dabbled into.
All right. Okay. What's been happening?
So I got my arm twisted mildly by both Jeff and friends over on his Discord server.
Did
So
I twist you, or did I just like let you like fall into a trap?
Nah. It was more of like there's several other people on the same Discord who also play it, and then just several nights where me was just like, well, I'm just playing Fortnite just by myself at this moment. Fuck it, I'll just download it and install it because I've heard they went through a bunch of updates and made it better. So I was like, okay, let's go play LOL and see how it is. So my comparison is going to be with HOTS, Heroes of the Storm, because there's they're both the same game. They both play the same.
Allan?
But the thing is, one has way more complexity than the other.
Allan, I'm just going to say this right now. If you want, you can shoot me in this and blame me completely for this, because this is completely my fault, and I do admit it. But man, Josh is like a fucking good top. Josh is a real good support.
Yeah. My support with Sona. Sonia. So
Sonya is entirely different.
Sonya.
Yeah, well, I want her to be Sonya Blade, but she's not going to be Sonya Blade, but she's a Sona Blade. So I
hang yourself by a shoelace. Holy fuck, was that bad?
Josh is.
Yeah, so basically my experience has been, hey, I've played HOTS, and it's easy because you could just be like, okay, I know exactly what I need to do just by hammering on all the buttons and see what it does, and you get it. But with LOL, you can kind of do the same thing, but there's a lot more subtlety and a lot more shit going on with that. So I'm constantly asking, what's his name on the chat? It was Bipolar?
Mewtwo.
Or Mewtwo?
You ask Mewtwo.
Yeah, Mewtwo. So I'm constantly asking him, like, okay, so it's my first time. Should I just be an over-the-top, big tanky motherfucker? He's like, yeah, it'll be easier for you. So I chose to be, what was my first chosen one? The Egyptian guy, Azir? Azir? I think his name's Azir.
Is he a bird? Is he a bird?
No, it's the Anubis.
The Anubis, yeah.
Oh, Nasus.
Yeah, there we go.
Or as everybody refers to him as Susan. Yeah, because his name backwards is Susan.
Okay, now I get it. I was playing him for for a good couple of rounds, or for at least a night or two. And then I was like, okay, I'm getting the hang of this game. I'm getting that you have to beat the last guy killing the animals or the minions that come out, basically. All the animals. And there's a lot of stuff of like, oh, you don't have to be the last one to kill them just as long as you're in the radius. And there's also stuff like, what is it? Like, you use the bushes to hide, which you could still do in HOTS. But there's also, you have totems you can put down, and there's also the items you have to go pick up every time you either die or have to go get mana again back, or get your mana back restored and when you go back to your respawn point. So the item buying from my point of view is like, fuck, there's a lot of fucking items you can buy, and there's a recommended list, which is great. But then as I'm talking to Mewtwo about like, okay, what items do I need to buy? The recommended stuff should be good, right? And he goes, nah, they're shit. And it's like, oh, god damn it. So you have to go online, figure out what the fuck the list is for these characters, and then fucking like try to type in the names for them and try to figure out what you need to buy, what to build first and to continue on. And of course, I'm always building the wrong thing, like every time. Like I'm building the right tree to build the right item, but not building it in the right order. So, so right now I'm like, fucking, god damn it, this game. I just want to just get a little stronger so this guy will stop killing me repeatedly.
Josh is like, this is the way that I found Josh playing the game and stuff like that, is that you pair Josh with anyone else who is good. Like, Josh needs to play more bot lane because he needs, like, I'm not trying to be mean when I sit here and say this, but when you assist in bot lane and stuff like that, you do a lot of better stuff. I find you're a lot more supportive and stuff like that. And you tend to be a lot stronger doing those things and stuff like that because you're learning the basics right now, right? And
I'm still getting the hang of it.
So we threw Josh in up top. And Mewtwo would go mid and I would jungle and stuff like that. I wouldn't gank top once. An entire game. And Josh would just sit there and just die and feed and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm not ganking top. This guy's fed. I'm going to die. So, like,
Jesus Christ.
So, like, when Josh was actually playing support and stuff like that, I think I played one game with him and stuff like that. Noah's sitting there, or Mewtwo sitting there and just coaching him the entire time. And he goes, no, don't do this. No, don't do this. Josh, do this. Now do this. Now do this. Because that's how he functions as a human being. Mewtwo is a very orderly person and stuff like that.
He just knows the game through and through.
Pretty much. So he just sat there and he's just like, do this, now do this, now do this, now do this, now do this. What are you doing?
Whenever I get a question of like, why the fuck does that happen? It'd be like, because of this and this and this. And I go, that's fucking retarded. And he goes, yeah. And another thing, actually, the funny thing about I want to say Sonya again, Sona, is that she's actually quite easier to play, like very, very easy, to the point that, you know, I can actually notice more things on the screen that's going on compared to, let's say, I'm playing a tank character, because the tank character, you know, easy, you know, just beat face and continue on, but with Sonya, she actually has less to deal with, and you have more AoEs, so therefore you just look at majority of the screen a lot more often. So I've been noticing is that, like, oh, keep, you know, go Q, W, E, you know, in that order over and over, and then oh, I see like 3 people lined up in the space of a line. Bam! Here's my ult. Oh, they're all stunned. Oh, they're all dead. Thanks to me. Woo!
Pretty much. Like, the thing I found that, like, Josh does really well and stuff like that is, like, I found that, like, the games that we were playing together and stuff like that, you would do really well and stuff like that. I agree with you, though, like, buying and stuff like that is difficult to learn and stuff like that, but eventually you get the hang of it and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's kind of, I think another similarity would be like, oh, and how when Magic the Gathering, you get into certain formats and you start realizing, oh, you need these certain cards in order to kind of get anywhere with Magic the Gathering if you're going competitive, because there's stuff like in Magic the Gathering, you need to get your shock lands, you need to get your fetch lands, maybe depending on your deck, and also you need to make sure that your fucking mana ramp, your mana ramping and or your mana curve is decent enough where the lands that you're putting in there is going to be equivalent to what you are. Basically, you're not going to be screwed over every time you play your stupid deck. And basically, that's the same thing with LOL. Is, yeah, you're buying your items, trying to make sure that you're still competitive with everyone else and trying to out-edge the other people with whatever items you're picking up. So it'd be stuff like you need more mana, you need more defense, you need more health, maybe you need more attack. Therefore, you can kill this retard or something.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing, though, is you've got to like figure out how to balance out what's going on and stuff like that. Like, honestly, I kind of want to play with you guys now, but I play support, and I play as like Braum and Leona, which are very much like, I am CC. You want to do a thing? No, you're not doing a thing.
Yeah. Josh, I find, is like very good at just being that way and stuff like that. Yeah, you played League of Legends, and then we also beat you into buying Rainbow Six.
Yep, which I'm installing right now because I'm like, the game does look great and fun to play, so I'm like, fuck it, whatever.
I just
Although, could we mention the small moment we played Counter-Strike Go too?
oh yeah,
Like apparently
we
I'm
beat-
always second behind Mew. Like I'm always second. Like it doesn't matter what game we play, I'm second. Like it's kind of dumb. I didn't think it was that good.
you're not that good. We beat you.
I'm not.
The funny thing is like we were playing it and we had like a full team of 5, and then what ended up happening was we just got like we would murder everyone, and then everyone would leave everyone else to die. It was hilarious. It was hilarious.
Yep.
Like,
And man, it also that also brought me back of like, oh yeah, that game also has its ins and outs of like making sure you steal the other guy's weapon. You don't have to buy more weapons. If you're trying to shoot at least one guy, you get extra cash and like all that junk I just forgot about.
yeah, the game is like good.
It's okay.
It's good.
Don't think I could ever play that game competitively, but it's okay.
It's okay. The other new thing that we had this week is Josh bought Rainbow Six Siege. So now we're gonna play Siege, and it's gonna be hilarious. And fuck.
Can't wait to when I'm grappling hook through a window and I get stuck.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think honestly, I'm gonna. Man, I haven't played League in forever. Fuck, I'd be so rusty.
We should
See how long has it been?
Oh, fucking like a year.
Well, you're gonna love the new rune system, from what I've been told, because the rune
I
system
enjoy-
is tossed out.
It got changed again.
Yeah.
Yep. And now it's just a simple, here's your runes, and it goes down a simple one-line tree.
No, I know about that. That's been a thing for a while.
So what else can we talk about? We can talk about like I did bolt stuff. And every
What stuff?
bolt stuff. I bolted stuff together. I made things work in an engine.
Ooh.
And holy fuck, man. It is powerful, and I'm stupid and dumb, but I did get things working, and I'm feeling very happy about it.
You're like, I did a thing.
I did a thing. Chris, I'm better than you.
That's a deep cut to Chris.
I mean, it's going to be so funny when he comes back and say, like, yeah, it's funny. Actual work is happening.
Weird.
If both of them came back, I would, like, if co-host Linus came back, I'm pretty sure I could make him cry, but I don't know. I don't know if it would be hilarious or not.
Oh, it'll be so hilarious, and then we get on the. Then people will be like, "You're evil," and you'd be like, "Yeah, of course I am." So evil.
Just sit there and just be like, I made both my programmers cry. Excellent. No, yeah, I've been working on things and stuff like that. Like I've been just doing a side-scrolling shooter and stuff like that. So I made it so that you can shoot bullets, and you can move into the X/Y axis now, and everything's great. And shut up. And now all I have to do is I have to make it so that the animator works. So that way, then whatever way it animates, it will animate the way I want it to.
Nice.
Nice, he says.
Nice.
Nice. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. So, yeah.
Nice.
The other thing I've been doing recently and stuff like that has been well, I've been drooling over this Intel GPU because Intel is best Intel. And yeah, they're going to release a GPU in 2020. This is just to steal NVIDIA's thunder because NVIDIA is saying, hey, we're releasing new GPUs, and it's probably going to be the 280 and 280 Ti. Which doesn't bear very well for NVIDIA. I'm honest.
Mm.
And it seems like they didn't really get the performance numbers that they want, and their big selling point is like dynamic ray tracing. So it's like, oh well, that's nice, I guess. But dynamic, no, don't do dynamic. But dynamic, oh no, shut up, no.
I like how insulted you get about fucking Nvidia nowadays.
It's hurting me because it's like I know for a fact that like they're so this new GPU and stuff like that. It's like, oh, it's going to be faster and stuff like that. Okay, how faster is it going to be? Oh, well, it has GDR6. Oh, okay. And it's like, yeah, it has GDR6. Oh, anything else? No. Well, we can do a dynamic ray tracing now. Oh, okay. Is that the big feature? Yeah. So it feels like this is more like a tick and not a talk. So it's like I might as well just wait and not save the money and then get the 3 series and then move the 1080 into the server. Like I might as well. And it's like it's not like that insulting and stuff like that. Like my 1080 is a great card. I wish I got it cheaper, but like it's still a good card. But it's just like I want competition and stuff like that in the GPU space. Like I'm just so mad because it's like they don't do anything ever. And Nvidia kind of has the run of the mill right now, so it's less annoying. Anyways. Yeah. Like that's all I did this week. I also played Monster Hunter. And that game is so good that everyone
I've noticed. So it's really funny that you're like, I've been playing Monster Hunter, and I'm like, all my friends are playing Monster Hunter, and I don't want this game because, like, as much as Monster Hunter is not a bad game and stuff like that, it's not my kind of game, unfortunately.
Well, Allan, it should be your game. You would love it.
Why is that?
Because it's like Japanese as fuck.
And
it has style.
And it's Japanese as fuck.
And it's Japanese as fuck.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all I never needed for a lot of video games. It's like it's Japanese fuck.
That's not an aesthetic for me though. I don't like super Japanesey games. Like that's the reason why like I have trouble trying to get myself into like Kingdom Hearts and stuff like that some days. Also, apparently in DuckTales, they made reference to what Scrooge McDuck's favorite drink in Kingdom Hearts is.
Mm.
What is his favorite drink?
Not his favorite drink, his favorite cake.
Oh.
And it's just like a straight up reference to what he was like. Oh, man.
Mm.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Oh, my God. But,
oh, my God.
But basically, Monster Hunter is such a good game. It seems like a game that like really doesn't say enough about things. Like it doesn't explain anything. It doesn't do anything unique and stuff like that. But it's like it's interesting and it's fun, and I don't understand anything about it. But it's like it's weird. I like it. I'd play it again, but like that would require me to want to play it again, which I'm probably going to do.
For you to open up that forbidden box,
which I'm probably going to do, honestly, and stuff like that. It's just like weird how that game works, and I just find it stupid that like it does certain things like those things. You will like be playing the game and stuff like that, and then like you'll be playing it, and then all of a sudden like it will be like, oh, like here's health and stuff like that, and you're like, oh, this is great. And then like it's like oh, like story, Sorry, go kill a monster. And it's like, oh, what? Aren't you going to tutorials? No, kill this monster. Okay. Like, there's no health bar on any of the monsters. There's nothing on the monsters. You don't know what to do. It's great. It's fun. It's fantastic. Nobody's gonna ask me a question now about like what do I think.
What do you think?
I think that it's a great game, and I think that I need to play more of it.
Yep. I would probably got into it earlier in its lifespan if I didn't actually. What was the first console it came out for? It was DS, right?
What?
For Monster Hunter.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
What was the first console the game came out on? It was DS, right?
PlayStation.
Was it PlayStation or like a PSP
PlayStation
title?
2.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it must have been Japanese only or something.
Yeah. It was PlayStation.
But yeah, because like when I got first familiar with Monster Hunter, it was always like the DS titles or that PS or I guess the PSP title and stuff like that. And I always looked at it and be like, well, they're cool and all, but it's like I don't know, I just didn't get into it. And then I start looking at YouTube videos to see like, oh, what do you do in it, and just all the kind of the absurd MMO bullshit you have to do for most of it, and it's like I don't want to get into it. I play a lot of MMOs already. I don't want a fifth one. Like, not right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that yeah, you're right. Like gets a little bit MMO-y and stuff like that, but like it could be worse. It could always be worse.
I could always be face down dead in my own vomit.
Yeah. Like you'd always be playing Destiny.
I can always be face down in my own Magic the Gathering cards.
You could be, face down in Magic the Gathering. You could be a Forsaken and stuff like that. I just find that game is just so well done. I want to play more of it. I'm probably going to play more of it. As soon as this podcast is over, I'm probably going to load it up. But yeah, I'm probably going to play more of it. Anyways, I think that's a podcast. Like, I don't think we have any more topics we can talk about.
Yeah, this week was a slow week.
I mean, it's funny. It's almost like we recorded 2 shows and got everything out in one.
I think we got it all out there.
Wait, hold on. I forgot to ask Josh. Josh, what's your opinion on Doom?
Doom is a fun game. Like 2000, like in general, or 2006.
No, Doom Eternal.
I don't know. I can't wait for it. It's more for it's if anything, it's hitting my feeling of what was it? Not Fear. It was the other first person shooter from People Who Can Fly. It was Painkiller. Yeah, there we go. Painkiller. It's kind of hitting that stride with Painkiller where you had a gun that shoots shurikens that were electrified, and then you had a stake gun that also transformed to other dumb bullshit. And Doom is kind of like feel like it's leaning a little bit that way, and I think it's fine because you have a grappling hook on a fucking shotgun. How is it not great?
Grappling hooks on shotguns are great.
Yeah, so like when I first saw that, I was like, "Ooh, look! I love the emotion you could go through the levels with the grappling hook and stuff like that." And different weaponry you get, like a little more different weaponry and stuff like that. And like, I kind of hope that you don't have to constantly go back to the shotgun just so you can grapple hook somewhere. I was kind of hoping it'd be like you can move this grappling hook to another gun or be on multiple guns, because I think it'll be a lot better just to keep the motion flowing. But you know what? Whatever. I can't wait because it looks like a cool game. It was like it looks cool. I'm excited. Can't wait. That's my review, or my preview insight. Can't wait.
Yeah. I'm excited too. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a show. I think that this one's going to be a slow one this week.
Yeah,
Alan,
me and Josh are yawning. We're trying to keep topics going, but we're just like, oh, we want to go to sleep.
So I can play more LOL in my sleep.
yeah.
No, you don't. You're not that obsessed yet.
Nah. Actually, what was the game? What was the game I played in my sleep?
Tetris.
Was it Tetris?
It was Tetris.
It might have been Tetris because I heard when people get really hardcore into a basic a basic puzzle game, they kind of like just see it in their dreams. I think that was one of the first video games that just had it in a dream.
Yeah, it was the same way with me. Anyways, thank you for listening to the Black Mind Podcast, episode 162. My name was Jeff. Joining me this week was Josh and Ellen. Thank you for listening to us this week.
Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. You can listen to us every Thursday on podbean.com/blackmindgames.podcast. You can also listen to us on your podcast app of choice or YouTube if you so choose. Have a good night, everyone, and thank you for listening. But my personal opinion on Cliffy B was that he was really good when he was at Epic Games, but he also probably had other people who sat there and told him like,
Well,
Don't do dumb things.
yeah, like he probably had people who sat there and said like, Cliff, like this isn't a good idea and stuff like that. Like he wasn't the main architect of Gears of War. Like, he was part of Gears of War, but he wasn't the main architect. He was the main architect of Unreal, and he was the main architect. He wasn't, but like, it seemed to me, like, when Bulletstorm 1 was coming out and stuff like that, that he was involved with Bulletstorm, but he wasn't, like, super involved. And, like, he was involved in Gears of War, but he wasn't, like, the main person who came up with the idea and stuff like that made Gears of War. Like, he wasn't like the massive guy behind Gears of War.
Yeah.
And like there were other people around him and stuff like that that helped make these games possible. So it felt like to me like when he went out on his own, it's like, oh, okay, like hopefully some of those people come with him and stuff like that. Oh wait, no, they didn't. So I don't know.
Welp. Now he's gonna enjoy obscurity.
I mean, I would like to see another Cliff Bleszinski, but quite frankly, I don't think we are going to get like it's like how I would rather see. I would really like to see an actual. Yeah, like I would actually like to see some actual like good games and stuff like that.
I don't
Yeah, that's
think
fair.
he's good. I don't think he's good enough for that.
I think that I think he had three main problems and stuff like that, and one of them was like he went against his fans, which like makes sense, but like people sat there and were like, why, what? Okay, I guess this is okay. And then he also sat there and he said like a lot of terrible things, and he was like one of the main perpetrators of saying it's the Dark Souls of blank, it's the Dark Souls of this. It's like just say your game is like, just say your game what your game is and try to explain it of like, oh, it's a game with no gravity and shooters and everyone has gravity based powers. Like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, that was one of the major things that, like, I kind of wanted to play. What game did he make that was...
Bulletstorm?
No, Bulletstorm was great. Bulletstorm, if they made a Bulletstorm 2, I would love it. But,
If it could make the writing slightly better, just slightly, just so it's just not, the
Garbage.
typical garbage humor it had before.
This is
That's what I
why.
want.
This is why, like, I don't care.
I mean, before, like, when game first came out, oh, it's funny, it's funny. Now you look back on it and it's just, it's funny, but oh god.
Like how I want Metro Exodus, and I also want to play more Metro games. And Death Gambit. Apparently that's mixed.
Mm.
Well, like Cliff, let me look it up and stuff like that.
Where's that stupid outline?
Lawbreakers.
Funny thing is-
Lawbreakers.
Well, yeah, I should. Another thing is
Apparently, he
I was-
also worked on Superhot.
did he?
Co-designer of arena stages.
Huh.
And he was Gears. Like, I'll read all of the things he made. Place of Deceit, Dare to Dream, Jazz Jackrabbit, Jazz Jackrabbit 2, Unreal Tournament, Rune, Unreal Tournament 2003, Unreal 2, The Awakening, Unreal Tournament 2004, Unreal Championship, The Lordian Conflict, Gears of War 2, Shadow Complex, Bulletstorm. Oh.
There.
Alright.
That's the correct abbreviation.
But he made a bunch of things. When
Hello?
Hello.
Hi,
Okay, you can't hear me.
I can.
Okay. Hi. No, you just kind of like suddenly cut out at me. Like, did my internet just suddenly fucking die again?
No, that was me.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, oh shit, my internet. Fucking, I can't wait for
Yes.
kids in the future to not
9:30.
understand the problems of your internet cutting out for no reason.
I mean, I don't like I'm going to say this about Cliff because I'm continuing this stupid topic, but like it's like little things that happened and stuff like that. Also, Shane has now a cyberbully thing.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Because okay, we should sync and but I'll
Hang on. Actually, nope, stop. I'm going to go grab a drink before we start this.
Okay.
Give me 10 seconds.
I'm going to explain this very simply as like what are my topics for this week? Oh, because I did 2 shows. I can't remember what my topics are. Josh, do you have topics this week?
I got one.
I played LOL. I'm okay at it, but I hate buying shit in this game.
That's the only gripe I have about it. That's the only gripe.
I can talk about Monster Hunter this week.
Oh, there we go.
Hell, I kind of I want to dabble into Dota, but I'm afraid of all the complexity in that fucking garbage of a game.
You can caber toss in Dota. We
Uh-huh.
should play Dota. Like we should get like we should see if like hold on.
Oh, fuck, I'm tired. I just came home from a party, so I might be a little bit quiet tonight. Yeah, I did a thing tonight.
Oh,
Josh
Just